Welcome to SilverC Review. This podcast will have an introduction, a movie review, and a movie recommendation. All the times are listed down below, so feel free to listen to whatever you want. It is a very nice day today, so there are tons of people out, and the parking lot for this area that I'm walking was actually very full, and I'm guessing I'll meet quite a few people on the trail, although a lot of them I think were playing frisbee golf, or disc golf, whatever you want to call it. So maybe I won't meet too many, but you'll have a few times probably where I'm going to have to stop talking for a minute while I pass somebody. This will be my last actual episode. I'm going to do one more after this, but it'll be just a finale episode. It won't be like structured like my normal. I won't be doing a movie review or anything like that. Like I've said in the past, I'm not getting any engagement through comments or feedback or anything like that, so I feel like I'm just kind of talking to myself, so decided I'm going to go ahead and stop. I thought once I switched to audio only it would be a lot better, and it is, but I don't know, I'm just kind of losing my drive to get out here and make these, or to watch, mainly it's to watch the movies, because the way I do it, I have to watch like cam versions and they're not good quality, and the sound on them a lot of times is not very good. There's a person, so I'm going to have to stop talking for just a second. The sound quality a lot of times is not very good. I'm going to take a picture of this sign here. Camera does not want to work very well today. Sign says not responsible for accidents or injury. And that is what you see when you begin this trail. It's really not that bad. It's actually a very nice trail. It's like, I don't remember how many miles. 4 or 5? Takes like 2.5 hours. Or maybe 2 hours. I don't know. I've got it on my phone stored somewhere. Anyways, the sound quality on the videos I'm watching is not good. And I have had, I think I commented on it, but when I was watching the most recent Fantastic Beasts movie, the ending, I guess I was really getting into it and not listening to my volume. And a lot of times, like each day whenever I get home, I watch several different YouTube channels that put out videos once a day or like a couple times a week. And then towards the end of the night is when I watch the movies, and that's usually when people don't want loud noises. And I have had my neighbor come over during that movie and tell me that it was rumbling his walls, so I had to turn it down. So since that happened, now I'm always paranoid about disturbing him, and mainly it's because it's a cam, and like I said, the sound is not good on them, so I have to have it turned up so I can hear when they're speaking, but then the bass will be super high, and it's just annoying. I'd rather wait until a lot of these movies that I have been watching, I'd much rather wait until there's a better version of them out there. So that's another reason that I'm going to stop doing this. And I'm just kind of talking off the cuff, and none of this is on my thing. Oh, I had it all lined out because I had planned on stopping around March. Like, I can't remember if it was the end of March or 1st of March. I think it was the end of March. But I was going to do Glass, and then Polar, and then Lego Movie 2, and then Alita Battle Angel, and Isn't It Romantic? Hang on, there's a lot of rocks, I gotta look down. And How to Train Your Dragon 2, Captain Marvel, Wonder Park, and Dumbo. So I was wanting to end on like I feel like Dumbo's gonna be pretty good, so I wanted to end on that. And I also really think it would super surprise, oh man, I'm catching up to people. That's lame. I'd be super surprised if Captain Marvel isn't very awesome. And Alita Battle Angel looks really good. It's hard to tell if that one's going to be a good one or not, but it looks good so far. But man, this is going to be annoying when I catch up to these people, because it takes much longer to pass people. But anyways, that was what I had planned, but recently I actually haven't been feeling very good. I don't know what's going on with me, like last month and a half. Just I don't know, I'm not gonna go into it, but just weird things are going on and can't get it figured out. I don't have a primary care physician, so I just got one of those, and I'm fixing to go to that and get it figured out. I don't think that's the main reason why I'm wanting to stop doing these now, but it's sort of a factor. It's like, man, I just don't feel like doing anything right now. It's weird. But which is kind of ironic because my life is like so perfect right now. Besides this, it's like I need this to balance out everything else apparently. But I'll get it figured out and everything will be good. But because some days I feel great, and even on those days I still am like, I don't really want to. Man, there's 2 groups, good grief. Even on those days I'm like, man, I still don't really want to work on my podcast. So I know it's not just because I'm not feeling good. But anyways, some movies I watched recently. To All the Boys, I've loved it before, given that one a 5 out of 10. Good story, not a terrible movie, but definitely not adding it to my collection. Spy Who Dumped Me, 4 out of 10. It's about what I thought it would be. Alright, so I got 2 groups. I got one coming at me. So I'm going to stop talking. Plus I need to get over this little mud hole here. I forgot I haven't taken any pictures. I'm going to take a picture of these roots real quick. My shutter today is just not working out very well. Hunter Killer, 6 out of 10. Definitely worth a watch, not quite a keeper. And Bumblebee, giving that one a 6 out of 10. Again, not a terrible movie, but not a keeper. Well, actually, I don't know. I can't remember if I have the other Transformer movies in my collection. I'll have to look. If I have those, I might keep it because it's kind of along the same lines. But if not, then probably not. And I watched one called Reign of Superman, giving this one an 8 out of 10. It was good. It was, hang on just a sec. I'm gonna pass this couple here, maybe.
One over there.
Doing all right? Hello. Oh boy, I'm passing on the uphill section. You may hear me out of breath. Reign of Superman is just another installment in the Justice League movies, and I really like all of those. So, like, not something I'd recommend for everyone to go out and watch, but that's my favorite version of heroes is the Justice League, so I love them. Anyways, I am about Bressy, told you. Let's talk about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. There will be spoilers, so if you plan to see it, I may reveal things. I really like the introduction to this movie. I like all the self-awareness and all the stuff that the Spider-Man talks about, how it was like very real life stuff. Try and catch my breath for a second. He's definitely a very unique Spider-Man, very extroverted and kind of friends with everybody. And there's more people. Okay, look, the good news is when I get past this section, a lot of people go this direction, go up to the waterfall and turn around. So I think there will be less people once I get past this. Hello. I'm also catching up to this other group. So this is going to be way longer than I anticipated, but it's the last episode, so doesn't hurt anything. I don't think they're aware of my presence. Okay, I'm back. Good grief. I'm going to edit out all that previous, because that was like 5 minutes of me not being able to talk. People were not very courteous, and they did not want to just stand on the trail so I can go around them. They continue to walk very slowly on the trail, so I think a lot of these people they're not like usual hikers, or not like hardcore hikers. They don't really know like the rules. I mean, if you've got someone moving way faster behind you, it takes all of like 5 seconds to just stand still so they can go around you. But anyways, I'm back, and I am going to edit out that part because there was nothing of any value, and I just wasn't talking the entire time. So where was I? I didn't realize that he wasn't already Spider-Man in the first of the movie. And actually, sorry, I want to say something real quick. I just passed the trail that goes up to the waterfall. So like I said, should be way less people, although there are some coming at me, but they look like actual hikers. They got backpacks on. But anyways, I'm not going up to the waterfall to take pictures because that's where I recorded all my introductions. So you can go watch those if you want to see pictures of that. Oh, actually I might. Oh, I can't tell. I thought maybe it's hard to tell what direction they're going. Oh no, I'm actually catching up to them. Great, I walked too fast. That's why I'm out of breath. Anyways, I thought he was Spider-Man from the very beginning. I didn't realize that he wasn't Spider-Man yet. And it was really funny to get a 0 on a true or false test. You technically have to get 100 because you have to know every correct answer so you can get a wrong answer. I thought that was neat. Kind of weird that the spider bite didn't even hurt him. He was just kind of like, oh, what was that? I mean, I feel like any spider bite should hurt. So that one was odd. The comic book words were pretty cool as a way to show that he is now Spider-Man. Take a picture of this tree real quick. It's kind of weird how, for a little while at least, we have 2 Spider-Mans in the same universe, and I'm not talking about when the reactor goes off and sucks in a new one. I mean, like, the kid becomes Spider-Man, technically. He gets his powers, and the other Spider-Man dies. And, like, I don't know if that's something that happens in the comic books or anything like that, but I've never seen that explored in any of the movies or the series or anything like that. So I thought that was very odd. It was a very neat Stan Lee reference. Pretty sure it was his actual voice. I'm kind of curious what the last Stan Lee movie is going to be. I keep looking online, and I guess people don't really know because he films a lot of that stuff beforehand. So this is neat. So I'm kind of wondering which movie will have his last reference, or if they'll still like try to put him in movies and stuff like that. And I've said stuff like that like 5 times. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I really love the theme, I always get back up. That was cool. It was throughout this whole movie, and I thought that was a very good theme for Spider-Man, is like, no matter what, I always get back up. Definitely several badass scientists in that one area. That was kind of out of character, how they all just kind of pull guns and start chasing after them. The animation style in this movie is definitely very awesome. Got very different, they use very different techniques to animate it, and I like it. The anime Spider-Man, the female Spider-Man, was freaking awesome with the mech. That was just incredible. I mean, like the full anime style, and that was perfect. I mean, I'm still more of the type of person that likes powers, so not necessarily mechs, but still loved all about that. On the flip side though, I did not like Spider-Pig, like at all. There was nothing funny about him. I guess he was supposed to be like a cartoon, like Looney Tunes version of Spider-Man. I did not care for that. That was stupid. I was kind of wondering why, I think it was Gwen, had trouble telling her name to him, and then you later find out it's because she's also Spider-Man, or Spider-Woman, and just got sucked into this universe. So that's kind of cool. She was a amazing Spider-Woman. Actually, I'm about pacing this group up here. So if I keep stopping to take pictures, then I'll probably not catch up to them. But if they stop for some reason, I might. But like I said, they've got backpacks on, so they're able to walk my speed. I'm a fairly decent hiker. I'm in shape. Well, I'm out of shape, but I'm very underweight. I'm out of shape the wrong way, but it's still out of shape. But I can walk for pretty much ever, and at a very like my casual stroll is very quick compared to most people. I didn't realize this was technically an origin story. I just kept waiting for him to kind of click and everything, him get used to his powers and become badass and everything. I didn't realize this was kind of an origin on how he became his Spider-Man, which is fine. It didn't hinder the movie at all, although it seems like what, 2 out of every 4 Spider-Man movies we have is an origin story. I could have just said half there. I don't know why I was going for a fraction. The Kingpin has always been a weird villain to me, because I mean, he's essentially just an oversized businessman. Like, it's kind of odd. I've always felt this way, like, all he has is a gun, and he's able to take down like some very powerful people just because they get distracted or something. I'm like, it just seems like he's got too much luck on his side. This is kind of neat. Nice boulder. Well, it's a little bitty boulder. And we get a little closer. There we go. But like how he's able to shoot that one guy, his uncle or whatever, and kill him. And like, I can understand him being strong, but him being able to, I feel like he should never be able to lay hands on Spider-Man. And it just seems weird that he even is, and that he was able to like kill that one Spider-Man. Once he becomes his own, man, where'd that group go? Dude, I feel like they just sprinted or something. Once he becomes his own Spider-Man, once it finally clicked, he is definitely awesome. Like, everything about him was very cool. I kind of wanted, which maybe they'll make a second movie of just like him fighting people now, because it was neat. He definitely turned everything around at the end, and that was kind of cool. It just wrapped up literally everything that had been said to him in the movie. Like, he remembered it all. I mean, he all the one-liners, all the advice people gave him. He reversed the roles of holding that one Spider-Man by the shirt whenever he had been held by the shirt. And quite literally, I'm gonna take 2 pictures real quick. Those some ferns. Oh, it's probably because I'm stopping to take pictures that they're getting ahead of me, which is fine. But, and even at the very end, whenever he does the hey from his uncle, kind of like back on him, because Kingpin was the one that killed him. So, I mean, it was neat how he went through everything and reversed it. But giving this movie an 8 out of 10, I think I said that at the beginning, definitely adding it to my collection. It was very good. I'm glad that we kind of live in an age right now. You can hear some dogs going nuts. We kind of live in an age right now where the nerds have grown up and have overtaken society. So we're getting these awesome nerdy movies, and they're making a lot of money. Now I've got some people coming at me. And that's really cool. I love living in that world. My dad, on the other hand, is not. He is getting tired of superhero movies because he's not a nerd like I am. But he does appreciate some of them. And I think it is kind of setting in some fatigue from all the superhero movies. But for the most part, I love them all. So I'm going to stop talking for just a second. Alright, so that's going to be it for my movie review. I'm going to go on to the recommendation, and this one's going to be The River Wild. This is a 1994 movie. It's got Meryl Streep and Kevin Bacon. Very fun to watch, a very thrilling movie. Never know what's going to happen next. The description says, fast-paced thriller in which a young family on a whitewater rafting adventure in Montana are taken hostage by a pair of dangerous fugitives. The rafting holiday turns into a nightmare when the 2 armed killers take control and try to force the mother to use her rafting skills to help them escape down the treacherous rapids. And pretty much that's it. It's a very dangerous river that you would essentially need a guide for, and the mom has done it many times, is very skilled at navigating it. So these guys, I can't remember what they robbed, but they've robbed something and they're trying to escape, and they can't navigate the river on their own, so they're trying to force her to do it. So definitely check it out, The River Wild. And that's going to be it for the last episode of SilverC Review. There's an introduction video out there, but I probably won't do you any good anymore because you won't need to know what my podcast is about since I won't be making it anymore. All my episodes are on YouTube. I'll probably talk more about this in my finale episode, but if you want to go back and listen to them, they are all out there. The most recent ones are going to be on SoundCloud, and I've got an Instagram and Twitter, although I will not be keeping those up after I post the finale episode. So take care of yourself, because there's only one you out there.